All right, here's our next recording. This one's called CMU admits to making checks to Ruel Reid's driver and spend $29 million in catering over 1 year. Yeah, funny style right here. The Caribbean Maritime University, CMU, has admitted that it prepared checks valued at more than $700,000 to former driver of discarded catering minister Ruel Reid. But contrary to reports which surfaced in the City of Parliament's Public Administration Appropriations Committee, PWAC, last week, the CMU says that the former driver, Devon McQueen, was paid for transport services and not catering. Or that's the story that it spin, obviously. And while the CMU has said it did not employ McQueen as a caterer, it also admitted that it spent $29.6 million on catering services for 481 participants in CAP, which is Career Advanced Program acronym wise, and CAP, yes, which is with same thing, Career Advanced Program with Youth Employment Solution. All right, programs over 1 year. The 481 participants, only 251 to 50% completed the course, which is again more fun style with how much money it gave. Quote, in a written response to questions posed by the PWC, CMU said McQueen was paid $33,000 January 2018, $30,000 in February, additional $30,000 in March, and a further $33,000 in April. However, CME said it could not provide details of transportation service because documentation in relation with the payments to the Financial Investigation Division. Again, that's a story that they're given to kind of cover their butts. What they meant to say is basically that we're trying to hide that document so that nobody gets arrested or put in an investigation. The CME also confirmed that McQueen was employed by the Ministry of Education's Reese Drive on the period of March 10, 2006 to March 10, 2018. Quote to quote, Mr. Devon McQueen was on secondment from Jamaica College to the Education Ministry during the period, said CMU in its response, which was tabled during yesterday's sitting of the PWC. In radio interviews last week, McQueen has claimed that he had any association with the CMU and said the first time he heard about contract with versus when investigation officers asked him questions, and rightfully so. Said investigators took him to the office, asked a barrage of questions which the CMU inbox is done in his name. 12 persons were applied to Reid who have also been linked to CMU contracts and payments to the household keeper Doreen Miller, claiming that she was instructed to open a bank account which she did not have access to, which she did not benefit from. In the meantime, CMU has been that its covered cost visit to the United States for the launch of the Education Health Foundation by its president, Professor Fritz Pinnock, and Vice President Aaron McLean in May 2018. When the university said there was an official visit to the Diaspora Conference in Florida and the launch of the foundation was considered to be a part of the proceedings. Quote, as a norm, the team used the opportunity to network and hold meetings with entities to derive partnerships for the university, says CMU without disclosing how much was spent. The CMU is now the subject of a major fraud probe being led by a Financial Investigation Division, with Pinnock having embarked on a leave of absence to ensure transparency and retain the integrity of the university. Yeah, there should be quotations and marks around that part. So basically, some funny style business happened with CMU of how there were some checks given to a driver and some other people, and I think the very telling thing though is like it sounds like there's some laundering and embezzlement involved, and they're just trying to cover their tracks. And the telling thing is that no one so far has been brought in for criminal investigations because this looks very bad for CMU and driver, because there's no driver unless even if it's a professional driver, I mean, unless he's like one of those NASCAR drivers or whatever, or like a limo driver. There's no driver earning that much in the space of these 4 months. So that there's just some funny style things. And I think the question is, and I probably know answers, like who's going to be going to jail, because it looks like this is some there was some sort of skullduggery involved, and no one has been arrested yet, which is very telling. So this obviously crime happened, and CMU, Ruel Reid, and all other people who are obviously involved are trying to cover their tracks. And the question is, who's going to be investigated or brought down? Because it seemed like this was obviously a crime, but you're gonna have to see. And people, we need to hold these people's feet to the fire and not just expect that they're just going to be get away, because the more these things happen and nothing is done, the more it's going to encourage us. And so, people, we have to get on. I am talking to the Jamaicans or everybody else who's about that life who can make things happen. So I have to say, this will go and stay to Jamaican Caribbean. Check out my YouTube pages, Miles Goodson Farron and Miles Jeff Productions. Okay.